If you want to see more detailed images, videos, and the full article, check the link in the description. Australia's Monday unfolded amidst a whirlwind of news, dominated by the escalating Middle East conflict and its reverberations across the nation. The day began with the aftermath of the US strikes on Iran, prompting a diverse range of responses from Australian political figures. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese publicly affirmed the government's support for the actions, emphasizing the need for a diplomatic resolution to the Israel-Iran conflict. This stance, however, ignited immediate controversy. Former Labour Senator and Union leader Doug Cameron voiced sharp criticism of Albanese's support, while Senator Jackie Lambie didn't mince words, labeling U.S. President Donald Trump a bloody sociopath and criticizing the Prime Minister's perceived appeasement. Her strong words underscored a sentiment shared by many Australians concerned about the escalating tensions. Lambie also stated that Trump has not played by the rulebook, highlighting concerns about the potential consequences of supporting such actions. The Greens' David Shoebridge went further, characterizing the U.S. attack as grossly unlawful and suggesting Albanese was prioritizing favor with the Trump administration over sound judgment. He pointed to the International Atomic Energy Agency's repeated statements that there was no evidence of Iran actively pursuing nuclear weapons, further questioning the justification for the strikes. Shadow Foreign Minister Andrew Hastie, while ultimately supporting the government's position, expressed concern over the perceived slowness and passivity of Albanese's initial response. He urged a quicker, more decisive statement, arguing that the Australian public deserved a more prompt explanation. This criticism highlighted internal divisions within the Australian political landscape regarding the handling of the international crisis. The timing and nature of the government's response became a key point of debate throughout the day, raising questions about strategic communication and public trust. Adding to the complexity, Assistant Minister for Foreign Affairs Matt Thistlethwaite defended the government's approach, emphasizing the need for careful consideration based on intelligence and defense agency briefings. He shifted the focus towards the path forward, stressing the importance of negotiation and a peaceful resolution that ensures Iran adheres to its international obligations. This contrasted sharply with the immediate, emotionally charged responses of some senators, highlighting the different approaches within the governing coalition itself. The economic consequences were also prominent. The ASX experienced a significant downturn, shedding over $10 billion in value as investors reacted to the geopolitical uncertainty and the potential for Iranian retaliation. Concerns about rising fuel prices and travel disruptions further contributed to the market volatility. Airlines like Qantas and Virgin Australia were among the hardest hit, facing potential booking slowdowns, underscoring the widespread economic implications of the international crisis. Financial experts offered measured responses, emphasizing the need to monitor the situation closely. The initial reaction, however, was far less severe than other recent market shocks, indicating a degree of investor preparedness for possible escalation. Beyond the political and economic fallout, the human element played a significant role. Approximately 1,300 Australians sought assistance to leave Israel, and 2,900 others were in Iran, highlighting the immediate impact of the conflict on Australian citizens abroad. Penny Wong, the foreign minister, confirmed that the U.S. had not requested Australia's direct involvement in the military action, dispelling some speculation, while also emphasizing the government's support for the strikes while concurrently advocating for diplomacy. A report suggesting a planned meeting between Donald Trump and several Indo-Pacific leaders, including Anthony Albanese, at the NATO summit was subsequently deemed unlikely, possibly impacting the trajectory of diplomatic efforts. Former Australian ambassador to the U.S. Arthur Sinodinos added his voice to the growing chorus of caution, arguing that deploying Australian combat troops would be unwise. The possibility of increased defence spending was also raised by Hastie, reflecting broader discussions about Australia's strategic posture in a changing global landscape. A report by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, ACCC, added another layer to the day's news. The ACCC highlighted the urgent need for new regulations to better protect Australian consumers and businesses from the potential harm caused by the practices of large U.S. tech companies. This long-term concern, while distinct from the immediate international crisis, underscored the ongoing need for policy adjustments in the face of rapid technological and economic changes. The stark contrast between the immediate and long-term challenges faced by Australia provided a complex and multifaceted picture of the nation's current environment. Finally, a heartwarming counterpoint to the day's overwhelmingly serious news emerged from Sydney. A humpback whale, entangled in a significant amount of rope off Palm Beach, was successfully freed by the Orca Marine Rescue Group. This successful rescue, while small in the context of the day's larger events, served as a powerful reminder of the resilience of nature and the dedication of those who work to protect it. The juxtaposition of this positive story against the backdrop of international conflict provided a poignant and reflective ending to a day filled with dramatic shifts in the global political landscape. The successful disentanglement offered a moment of hope and relief amidst the pervasive tension.